Today we're going to be crocheting this very simple sunglasses case. And for our sunglasses case, I'm going to be working with the Lion brand yarns Re-Up Recycled Cotton and Polyester blend. And this is a size 4 medium weight yarn. And I am going to be working with Sea Glass, Full Moon, and Mineral Springs. I'm also going to be working with a size G or 6 or 4¼ millimeter crochet hook. And I'm also going to be using a toggle button for this, and I got these at Joann's. And we're going to begin by attaching the yarn to our crochet hook using a slip knot, and then we're going to chain 13. And once you have your 13 chains in place, we're going to turn our work and skip our first 2 chains. And diving into the back loop only of our 3rd chain, we're going to place a double crochet. And we're simply just going to place 1 double crochet in the back loop only of each stitch going down our row. And we should have a total of 11 double crochets when we're done. And at the end of your row, I want you to turn your work toward your starting tail so that you can access these front loops. And we're just going to place 1 double crochet in each of our front loops going back down our row. And this will create an oval pattern. And optionally, you can crochet over your starting tail while you're working these stitches. So you should have 11 double crochets on this side as well, for a total of 22 double crochets in the round. And once you have your 22 double crochets, make sure you're not working accidentally in your chain 2 loops, because that will create an additional stitch, which isn't the end of the world, but I just want you to be aware of it in case you're getting the wrong stitch count. From here, we're going to slip stitch into the top of our first double crochet, and then we're just going to cut and tie off our yarn. And we're going to attach our next color to our crochet hook using a slip knot. And for this next row, we're going to place 1 double crochet in between each of our previous row's double crochet stitches in this gap. So to place your first double crochet, what you're going to do is just grab a hold of the tail, and you're not going to let go of it until you're done placing your stitch. And that's basically all you have to do. So you're going to yarn over and insert your crochet hook between any 2 double crochet stitches. And I usually change hands here, and hold that tail with my thumb. Then you're going to yarn over and pull up through the gap. Then yarn over and drop 2 loops, and then yarn over and drop your last 2 loops. So now you've created your first double crochet, and all you have to do is place 1 double crochet between each of your previous row's double crochet stitches going all the way around. And you should have a total of 23 double crochets, because our chain 2 in that previous row does count as a double crochet stitch for this portion, so you don't want to skip it. And when you make it around to your starting tail, I recommend crocheting over it. And at the end of your row, you're going to insert your crochet hook between your first and second double crochet in that gap. And then you're just going to yarn over and pull through for a slip stitch. And from here, we're going to cut and tie off our yarn. And we're going to repeat that row until we have a total of 14 rows of double crochets, starting with that initial first row. And I do recommend starting your next row somewhere different from where you left off of your first one to prevent any seams from happening. And once you have your 14 rows, then your sunglasses case should look something like this. And to finish off your sunglasses case, you're going to attach your next color to your crochet hook using a slip knot. And for our next row, we're going to insert our crochet hook in between two of our double crochet stitches, somewhere on either fold here. And we're going to place a single crochet, so we're going to yarn over and pull up through the gap, and then yarn over and drop our 2 loops. And from here, we're going to chain 40. And once you have your 40 chains, then go ahead and drape them over the top of your sunglasses case. And we're going to slip stitch into the top of our single crochet stitch to join and form a loop. And from here, we're going to place single crochets in the gaps between our double crochets, and we're also going to crochet over our chain. So just like this. And of course, you can still crochet over your tail if you want to. And we're going to repeat our pattern of placing our single crochets until we make it somewhere in the middle of our sunglasses case when you lay it down flat. And once you're close to the middle of your sunglasses case, go ahead and create a little dip in your chains like this, and then keep placing your single crochets. So basically, we just want to pull some of the chains out. And then moving on to the very next stitch, we're going to keep crocheting over our chains just like this. So now you should have created a little pull string with your chains. From here, we're going to place 1 single crochet between each of our stitches, going all the way around our row, and we're going to make sure we're working over our chain stitches as well. And when you make it around your row, your pattern should look something like this. And from here, we're just going to slip stitch into the top of that first single crochet. And we're going to cut and tie off our yarn and hide any remaining tails down the inside of our sunglasses case. So you want to attach your toggle button on the opposite side where you pulled out your little chain tab here. And what I like to do is lay the chain tab down like this, so I roughly know where I want to be inserting my toggle button. To thread your toggle button, go ahead and grab a strand of yarn, and we're going to fold it in half. And I find it helpful to twist this folded part because we are going to thread the fold through the toggle button hole. And you might want to wet the end of it as well. And once you've gotten your fold through your toggle button hole, then you're going to insert your fingers in the hole and draw your tails through the hole and pull them nice and tight, just like this. And this sort of prevents your toggle button from twisting around. So working back in that spot where we want our toggle button to be, we're just going to push our tails through the gaps in our double crochets on either side of either 1 or 2 double crochet stitches. You can also use your crochet hook. And then once you've gotten both of your toggle button tails through to the inside of your sunglasses case, then you're just going to tie them together a few times and hide the tails down the inside of the sunglasses case. And after securing your toggle button, your sunglasses case is complete and ready to insert your sunglasses. Please let me know in the comments below if you completed this project. If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel, Crochet with Julie. Thank you so much for working with me, and I hope you have a wonderful, awesome day.